6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out, find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Tell us where it's been trodden, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. With our hands and with our hearts, we can dare to make a start. Together we can change the world. What if we spoke with one voice, knowing that we have a choice? Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Tell us where it's been trodden, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. Change your mind and change your life. Set aside the fear and strife. Together we can change the world.
Good morning, Nightingale Kingdom.
When we open up our eyes and we start to realize, together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Step by step it's been trodden, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Step by step it's been trodden, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world.
Good morning, Engaged Kingdom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our whole school assembly on Wednesday, the 24th of June. We're live across the Prince of Wales School, the Prince of Wales Virtual School, and on Facebook and YouTube. And it's great to have so many people joining us this morning. We've got a good morning to Jessica and all of her friends in the Secret Kingdom, and Joshua and all of his friends in the Kingdoms of Wonder and Curiosity. 2 years on, and this song still makes me cry and gives me goosebumps. Yes, it is a very special song indeed. And thank you to Mrs. Hoffman for sending us that message in. For today's assembly, we're going to join the Oak National Academy again for a very special assembly. And we're going to head over to them right now.
Hi and welcome to this week's assembly at Oak National Academy. This is the last assembly before we head into a well-earned break for half term next week. It's great to see you all here with us. Just a little bit more to go until we get there. This week's assembly is all about resilience, bouncing back when things are difficult. And our first speaker today is former England defender Stuart Pearce, who's going to talk to us all about his experiences of resilience. Whilst his career had incredible highs, things to be really proud of, it also had some incredible lows, including missing a penalty during a World Cup semi-final, something that would be difficult for anybody. Let's hear what Stuart's got to say to us today and have a think about what we can learn from his experiences.
Stuart Pearce was one of the most successful footballers of his generation, appearing 78 times for the England team. He went on to be a successful manager in the Premier League and internationally.
I think it's important, if I go back to probably where I first started, as a 13-year-old, my burning ambition was, a youngster, my burning ambition was to be a professional footballer. I had 6 months, I went for a trial at Queen's Park Rangers, I had 6 months, and at the age of 13 I was told I wasn't good enough. I had a career plan for myself of joining the army or the police force, so I ended up going for both interviews at the age of 16 and failing both interviews. So no football career, no qualifications, no army, no police at the age of 16. I ended up getting a job on the local council as an electrician, and had an apprenticeship with them and played part-time football till the age of 21.
Pearce signed for Coventry City when he was 21 after several years in non-league football.
Now, probably at the age of 21, I realised one word, looking back now, probably described me at the time. The word I use for myself these days is grit. A combination of determination and stamina. Wasn't a great high flyer, didn't really, ability-wise on the football field, I was okay, but never the best. But certainly a level of professionalism and determination is what I had in abundance, which saw me through.
Pearce went on to sign for Nottingham Forest, for whom he became club captain. He won 2 League Cups and scored in the FA Cup final. But just as earlier in his life, things did not always run smoothly.
And probably adversity has sort of all come across all of us, I would say, sometime in our life. And it's how we embrace that and how it shakes us or how it shapes us in many ways. Some good examples for myself. Way back in 1990, I went to my first World Cup playing for England. We managed to get to a semi-final against West Germany in a penalty shootout. I missed the penalty and thought my world had collapsed around me at the time.
England's loss on penalties meant they went out of the competition, missing out on the World Cup final.
Not realising that over the next month or so in the pre-season, it sort of strengthened my resolve in many ways. The following season was probably my best season as a footballer, playing in the top division in the country as a defender, scored 16 goals. And it was how I reacted to that after missing that penalty. And you think it's the end of the world, but it never actually is. And what is your mental resolve to bounce back from that? I fortunately, 6 years later, had the opportunity to sort of atone for a penalty miss, and in the European Championships at Wembley, managed to score a penalty against the Spanish, which a lot of people look at now, and they don't look at the ability of actually taking a penalty. It was the mental resolve to want to stand up and retake another penalty, having missed one 6 years earlier in front of 500 million people. Now, for me, success and failure is measured on whether you're prepared to stand up and retake a penalty, not whether you're successful in scoring it or successful in whatever you try to do. It's whether you're prepared to stand up and retake something and try again when the pressure is on you. There's a saying at the moment that's going around with the present situation that we have in the world that says, aim for the best, prepare for the worst. Now, I think that's a wonderful saying. It's something that I'll certainly use. When you're doing anything in life, aim to be the best at it. But always have a mind's eye on what would happen if the worst happened and what would my reaction be if that is the case. Really great statement. Aim for the best, prepare for the worst.
Pearce now works with young footballers, offering advice and support.
If I was giving tips, and when I work with young footballers, the first thing I always say to them is be inquisitive, ask questions. At the start of every coaching session I put on, I say to them, always ask me if you're uncertain. The players that ask me questions that are inquisitive are the ones that I know are going to improve. So don't be afraid to ask questions, even if you feel as though you're going to look silly in front of your peers and your classmates, those type of people. Don't worry about that. The people who ask questions are the ones who improve drastically. Don't fear failure. My life's been littered with failures. I've got to say, it's your reaction to that failure is the most important thing. Don't be afraid to keep trying. Really important. When you look back as well on your life, make sure at whatever age you are, you've left no stone unturned to be as good as you possibly can be. Don't have regrets in your life. Regrets are horrible. I can assure you of that. It really is the best thing to do. Make sure you have no regrets if you possibly can, whether it be your professional career, your private life, whatever it may be. If you want to travel the world, don't have any regrets at the end of your life and say, oh, I never got round to it. And really important, be a team player. Can you help others around you? That's vitally important. I've been involved in a team sport for a lot of my life, and the importance of team, because there's others that are going to help you out when you have a bad time. Can you go and help someone out when they're having a bad time? And I've just had a couple of questions in from people. First one, Harry and Jack.
Hi, Mr. Pierce. My name's Harry.
My name's Jack.
And we both play in the Middleton Teeny Football Club.
We've got a question for you. How do we get stronger in the tackle?
Well, firstly, I'd probably turn around and say, as a player, I was a late developer physically. The importance is timing. Timing in tackles is more important than physical prowess. Second question, Olivia from Stafford.
Hi, Stuart. In professional football, do you think that females should be paid as much as the males?
Well, what I would say is this. I think eventually they will do. Men only get paid the vast amounts they do at the top end of the game because the payment is there across the commercial world. As soon as the commercial world start paying an equivalent amount of money to the female game, I'm sure they will. I certainly think it's getting stronger and stronger. You know, the women's game, there's no doubt about that. I've seen it firsthand when I used to work for the FA. It's getting stronger and stronger. But the commercial side of it, they dictate the pay for men. They'll dictate the pay for women over time. And Magda from Sheffield.
When you were a football manager, what annoyed you the most and how did you get over it?
Well, the one thing that probably annoyed me, especially when I first started out in management, was the level of professionalism from the players I was trying to coach never really matched my level of professionalism and determination. And that's something that, rather than getting frustrated with, I tried to do something about it and educate those players that I'm working with to the importance of being professional and give examples of that as well. James Milner at Liverpool, fantastic professional. You know, he's not maybe one of the best players that's ever graced the Premier League, but certainly in endeavour, professionalism, all of those things, all of those personal traits has made him an absolutely top player. Hope that's been of help. I've been Stuart Pearce. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you so much to Stuart Pearce for sharing those memories